There we go. Had a little glitch the first time. Restarted the live stream. No real topic. Just waiting for Sam St. John to come on. We're going to chat a little bit. Killing time on a Tuesday night. Just got done recording our 15th Beatles album countdown, 12 studio albums, a couple of past masters, and Yellow album. So Sam and I are going to try and get people to watch those videos. If you haven't seen them already, check them out. I also want to promote Randall Weaver's March Madness brackets that he is running on ESPN.com for vinyl community members. I'd like to see people check that out. It's for free. There's no prize. It's just a little friendly competition among the VC members. Hey, Tom Daniel Williams, how you doing, buddy? Tom and I are going to do something on Thursday. We're still on for Thursday, Tom. 4:00 Eastern, 9:00 where you're at. Looking forward to that one. 1970 albums. That'll be fun. Whoopsie daisy. You got your list? Cool. I don't have mine yet. I'm going to impromptu throw it together. I know what's going to be on it. I just don't have them in order. Be interesting to see if we have any crossover albums. One album that I wanted on it, I realized it's not in my collection. I'm only going to have albums that are in my possession. That's the way I'm going to run it. Hey, Adam, how you doing, bud? 24th of March. Wow. I'll bet you do, Tom. You know my taste pretty well. You probably can name 8 out of the 10 right off the bat. Pretty predictable. Sam, you going to come on in about 5 minutes? Cool. Sam St. John's going to join me in 5. He's just finishing up his little dinner, I guess. If you haven't checked out Sam St. John's channel, definitely subscribe. Check him out. Great guy. Yeah, that's cool. I thought I had, I'll just give it away. I thought I had Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water, and I can't believe I don't own it. I did at one time, but I don't know what happened. So it's not going to be on my list, although it's a great album, obviously. Yes, I do know Joe Mayo. I was on a live stream with him once. He's a Beatles expert. Seems like a nice guy. Only seen him. I spent about an hour with him on Larry Graves's live stream, Canadian Stud Muffin. I know Joe Mayo is a Beatles expert. He knows everything inside and out about the Beatles. Way more than I do, which is not very much. I'm a fan, not an expert by any means. I guess I should be putting some of these things in the chat. There's a little spoiler. Tom will have Simon and Garfunkel. It's a great choice. We can talk about that because I should have it, but I don't. It's weird. I have bookends. It was a studio album. I have about 3 or 4 different compilations, greatest hits and packages, things like that. But Not that particular album. A strong one. I don't even really know what my number one's going to be yet until I sit down and put them in some kind of order. We just did a 1970 video on Massey's Main Entertainment channel. If you want to check that out, we're doing what's called Building the Perfect Album, where we pick 12 songs from the year, 6 on each side, and put together an album of songs. And we did 1970 last night. It should be up Thursday on his channel. In fact, it's a double album, so there's going to be 24 songs from each of the three of us representing that year. That was a loaded year, 1970. Massey's Main Entertainment. A friend of mine, Brian, is running that channel, and I was a guest on his channel, so that's something to look for if you're into that music from that era. It's fantastic. American Beauty, Grateful Dead, Sunflower by the Beach Boys. Yeah, I do have a copy of American Beauty. I do not own Sunflower. I'm ashamed to say I've never listened to it in full. That's on me. Here's a question for Tom. Excellent choice, Tom. This is from Adam. What's the latest album you've listened to? I can tell you the latest album I've listened to. That's Tears for Fears, Tipping Chair. Pretty good album. I have to give it another listen. I only listened to it once. Pretty solid. King Crimson Islands. Yep. I can tell you right now, you're not going to see any prog on my list. Just not my genre, but I respect it. Sam should be in a minute to help me out here. Yep. Sam's on his way. Boom. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Now, I've done a couple of live streams, just fooling around, trying to get the hang of it. Nothing elaborate, just trying to learn how it all works. The music critic, thanks. My name's Rich, but thank you very much. Just killing time, waiting for Sam St. John, then we'll open it up and talk a little bit about what we've been doing. That's okay. No big deal. Joe Mayo's got a great channel. Fantastic. Boom. No big deal. Joe Mayo's got a great channel. Fantastic.
Hey, Rich.
There you go, Sam. How you doing? Yeah, I think that's echoing if you play it. You just have to kill it.
All right, it should be good.
Yeah, you're good. There we go. That's better. Can you hear me on your end, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird when it's just the two of us. It's like
I know. It's a different kind of setup. It's hard to get used to. Take care, Adam. I was just saying we just finished our 15th Beatles video together.
15. Yeah, it's the last one of the actual series.
Tom Williams says hello.
Hey, Tom, over there in the UK.
There's Edward. Hey, Edward. How you doing?
Let me. I'm gonna turn my overhead on and see if I get a better light.
All right.
I'm still here.
Cool.
I haven't left you. Not yet.
I see the chair rocking a little bit.
I'm like Roy Orbison and end of the line.
Yeah.
For those of you that get that reference.
You might have to get the guitar out and start jamming, man.
My sunglasses are in my car.
Yeah.
Down in the parking lot.
Anybody that wants to come up and join us, you're welcome. I put the link in the chat. I'd rather talk face to face than the chat. If the chat's tough to negotiate, I'm learning that the hard way.
Well, yeah, we got to respect Larry. You know, imagine him having 80 people watching. And
I don't know how he does it. No wonder he says at the end, he always apologizes in case I missed a couple people, but it's easy to see why.
Yeah, I think Joe is the same way. Joe has that same trouble.
Yeah, I perfectly understandable. And I need glasses to read it too because I can't see that small print.
Yeah. Are you on a desktop or is that a laptop?
I am on a laptop, and I just decided to put headphones on. I can actually hear better with it plugged in. Yeah,
and I realized when I logged in, I had your live stream because I was watching Netflix on my TV, and I had that on pause, but I had the live stream on my phone playing, and then I had it because I logged into my laptop to get the StreamYard, and so I had it playing on two different places. So I was probably giving you a delay when I first came on.
Yeah. Come join us, Tom. I hope the connection hangs in there if you want to come on.
Yeah, Tom, come across the pond. Join us on the East Coast.
One of the first live streams I did, Tom came on and he kept going in and out. I guess it's that ocean, you know?
That darn ocean, yeah.
That was the night that the heckler got both of us. He ripped me for my weight and he ripped Tom for his hairline.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a troll right out of the chute.
Wow, somebody paid him off or something.
Yeah. I posted the video we just did. I don't know whether you saw it up and running, but it's.
I saw it up. I haven't commented yet, but I did add it. I have a playlist. I think I've told you on my YouTube page where I've got all my collaborations, and so I've already added it to that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And actually,
go ahead.
I was gonna say actually I just added the monkeys thing that I was on Saturday. That's on YouTube now on the 7A YouTube page.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's on the playlist too. Yeah. For those that don't know, I was invited by 7A Records that they specialize in monkeys related reissues and new releases. They invited me and 10 others onto a live stream this past Saturday when we got to listen firsthand to the new Mickey Dolenz EP that comes out Friday. We didn't hear all the tracks in their entirety. Legally, they couldn't play them all because they were afraid of people burning it off of the live stream and selling copies. So they were cutting them off about the last minute mark. So, but it was cool. Got a lot of Monkeys people, guys that write the liner notes and have podcasts in the monkey world. So
cool.
So that's on YouTube. That's on the 7A. It's like the number 7, the letter A Records YouTube page.
7A.
7A.
Classic.
I still can't believe Nez is gone.
Yeah, that happened quick too. I mean, you just seen him and then bang.
Between October and early December. It was before his birthday.
Hey, what's up, Edward?
Hey, Edward.
What's going on, guys? I thought I'd come on here and see how things are on this side of the VC. How y'all doing?
They are on your side, man. The same as they are on your side. And we're doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good today. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we're just chewing the fat, talking this and that. What have you been listening to lately? What's the last few albums you've played?
Lately, the last few albums, and the last 3 albums I've been listening to was Van Halen, Women and Children first. The Love It to Death by Alice Cooper. I scored a promo copy of it. And there was something else, but I can't even begin to think what it was. But yeah, those are the ones that I remember listening to last. That kind of a weird combination, right? Van Halen, really. Alice Cooper.
Yeah, classic bands.
Yeah, they go together.
Different
eras.
I really like the Love It to Death album. I think it's just a one that when it came out, I love that period of the band because they really were like making these really good rock and roll records,
Yeah.
What about you guys? What have y'all been listening to?
I just played that Tears for Fears new album.
Yeah.
First time I heard it.
I need to check that out.
Yeah. Get the Target edition with the extra tracks.
Okay. Did y'all ever get that Target edition of the and I'm talking about CDs of the George Harrison that came with those stickers?
No.
The All Things Must Pass?
I know you had to look carefully at the sticker to be sure that it came with the stickers, like the hype sticker.
Yeah.
You had to look carefully.
You really, really, really did.
Did you grab that?
I did because I like the mix that I forget what his name is that did it for the George Harrison album.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I like the Apple recordings. I don't have a problem with those. They've always sounded good to me. And I really love the label. And I always like as a kid looking at the label and seeing at the bottom where it said recorded in England. I used to get a kick out of that. And, but I always, nowadays some people, not all of us, don't like the recordings of, but I thought they had really good engineers. If you go and look at who did what on what record, even the Badfinger album sound good, the Beatles solo stuff. I mean, that's what I grew up listening to. Every time I see one of those, and if I can get it, I pick it up. I don't know how many copies I have of the first McCartney one solo album. It's one of my favorites.
I'll say how many here. Anybody heard the Pete Frames Rock Family Trees book? No.
The which one?
Pete Frame? Don't know.
No. Don't know it.
Out of print. No, I don't know. I'm not familiar with it at all. I will say Harrison's Cloud 9 sounds great. There you go.
That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm just I recorded a video today. I'll post it tomorrow. I have a series where I talk about albums that I don't have that I should probably have, and Cloud 9 makes an appearance on my next list.
Okay.
You say you're looking for a copy of that, huh?
Well, it's one of those. I kind of mentioned it in the video where it's not one that I'll seek out, and like when I'm at a store, I'll be getting other records that I'm like more excited about. And not that I have anything against it, because I love Harrison. I love Jeff Lynne, and that came out right before the Wilburys. It's just not one that like the money that I have at that time. I'm like, ooh, I want to put it toward these because I know like that album fairly well. I've just never owned it. Yeah.
I remember being excited when Cloud 9 came out because I had heard that one song and I said, oh yeah, I think this is going to be and it turned out to be a really great record. There's a lot of good songs on that album.
Oh yeah, Jeff Lynne turns anything into gold.
Yeah, he was like the man in that time, you know?
Yeah, between like 85 to about 93, you couldn't get away from Jeff Lynne.
No.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. Tom's going to watch our video later.
Hey, there you go, Tom.
Oh yeah, I need to. You know what? I need to catch up and watch some of those videos that you are doing on the Beatles stuff, like the Past Masters and yeah.
All the albums.
I need to watch those.
Thanks, Brian. Brian's listening to "Shining On" by the Grand Funk Railroad. There you go.
That is a good one.
Old school, baby.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
I saw Grand Funk without Mark Farner at Busch Gardens about 12 years ago, and they still put on a good show, even with Don Brewer on the drums.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and they have Bruce Kulick, however you pronounce his name, from Kiss. He's in the band now as well.
Really?
Oh really?
Yeah, he's been there for well over a decade. Like I said, I saw him about 12 years ago, and he was with them.
Great guitarist.
Yeah. He's the only Kiss member to never have makeup, if I remember right.
Right. For years, I thought it was Ace, but a lot of times it was him playing those lead guitar solos.
Yeah, even what was it? Was it Creatures in the Night that like Ace is on the cover, but he doesn't play on the record?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was, dealing with his vices.
Yeah.
I know they said that. Speaking of Kiss, and I'm not a big Kiss fan, but I just happen to know this information because it all came out at once. I know that on one of these Kiss fests that I think Ace and Peter are going to be playing together. And I know also, I think the way they're advertising it is that it's all 4 surviving like non-current band members of Kiss are going to be together. So Peter, Ace, Bruce Kulick, and Vinnie Vincent are all going to be at the same festival.
Vinnie Vincent. I wonder if they will get along with that guy. I hear that guy has like a kind of a big head in the room or something.
I know he's put off touring because he's been teasing a comeback for like 5 years, and now they're saying he's got a full album of stuff ready to go. But
oh wow,
it's hard to say. Yeah,
he did give the Lick It Up album a good tone to it, with his guitar playing.
Yeah, was that his only album? He was only on one, right?
You know what? That's the only one I know him to be on, to be honest.
He's only on one.
I'd have to go brush up on those.
Shout out to Kiss's 5th best record, Creatures of the Night.
The 5th best.
They put out that and said that they can still make good music. Okay, cool. I'm not a Kiss aficionado at all. I'll leave it to these guys. They're beyond my scope.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kiss, and I've always stuck with the first 6 records they made. That includes the 2 live ones. Those are my favorites, and can't go wrong there, I say,
Speaking of that video that I recorded, another one that I bring up is Destroyer. I don't have that one.
Oh, really? The Destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do know one little fact about that one, that Kiss panicked after it released because it wasn't selling at first. So they jumped in the studio and made the next album, Rock and Roll Over. So if you kind of noticed, like the early 6 records, they were like releasing 2 records a year, which hardly anybody does that anymore.
No.
That I know of.
It's like a record every 6 years for some people.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Here's a
going back to the
critic.
Yeah.
Do not buy the solo albums, Dynasty and Unmasked. Do not buy them.
I've heard Dynasty. That's kind of when they went disco, isn't it? And they kind of lost their fan base.
You would know better than me, man. I don't have any.
Yeah,
but I'm not even like I don't consider myself a fan of Kiss. I just know a lot about Kiss because I've read Paul Stanley's autobiography.
Oh, did
It's
you?
really
Okay.
good. I think even you, Rich, you would like it just because he's an interesting guy and incredibly intelligent business wise.
I have the Ace Frehley one, and I haven't started reading it yet.
Oh, okay. I know Paul has 2 or 3 books. He just put out one not too long ago. A different kind of
Right.
book. It was like How to Be Successful, kind of one of those books.
Oh, okay.
Nothing about their scandalous lifestyle on the road and all that stuff. None of that tell-all kind of book.
Paul mentions it. Paul really, you can tell he keeps Gene close because I mean they're still allies, but
Yeah.
he does kind of put a bashing on Ace and Peter, and I think that's part of the tension that came when they were in when they were at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a few years ago. That was the last time they were all together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard for 4 guys in the same band to all get along. There's always going to be friction and squabbling and jealousies and all that kind of stuff. That's just the nature of a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Every
because
band.
every band, even a band that I was in, I didn't like when the other band members would bring other band members in. Then it was into, hey, how come you can't sound like that guy? And I would say, because I don't want to sound like that guy. That's why.
That's just like what happens in Get Back. That's what McCartney's saying to Harrison.
Yeah.
He's like, play this,
Yeah.
play this. And he's like, I play it my way.
Exactly. That's how I was getting. I was like, I do it this way, not that way.
Yeah.
Yep. Every
That's an
band
hilarious
does it,
comment.
Have y'all seen I'm sure y'all have. I haven't seen it. That's why I'm asking. Have y'all seen the Get Back project?
I saw it late. Sam saw it early. I caught up with it, I think, in January. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
I've seen it twice all the way through, and then a couple of other pieces of it.
That's awesome.
And I know there's talk that they were gonna like because they showed the rooftop concert in IMAX for like select theaters, and they were saying that they were gonna make it widely released and into like the smaller theaters, not just IMAX, but they haven't announced that yet. They originally said the end of February, but that's come and gone.
Okay, but we're eventually they're going to put it out, right?
Yeah, the DVD actually, some people already got it. The physical copy, it was expensive. It was $40, and there's no extras into it or anything. And I know a few people that got it. They got it early, and it didn't even have like a booklet in it. Like it didn't even have like an insert. But I think that was kind of a fluke, and they kind of stopped those. They stopped the production of it, and then delayed it until a little bit later on.
Here's a tidbit, Sam.
Right.
You don't get a kick out of this.
A Steely Dan stream.
Somebody always comes on Larry's show and says, "You guys like Steely Dan?" Every single time.
They just
man.
That's funny. Here's another one. Edward, what's your
Edward.
channel called? That's Prog Hat.
Put that in there and you'll find me real quick. Thanks for asking.
One word.
The music
One
critic.
word,
Who is
Prog
this?
Hat. I don't know his
Yep,
name.
one
He's a
word.
music critic. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks.
Sub
Do y'all like Steely Dan, or that's just kind of a joke, or?
I like Steely Dan. I don't think Sam's much of a fan, but I
don't know
Okay.
them very well. I've heard that they're one of those like killer live bands that you need to see with all their jazz and everything.
yeah, it's a good band.
Right.
I think
I'm sorry. I was just going to just say that I like when Danny Diaz was in the band. He was one of the guitar players.
Early on, yeah.
Yeah. Early on. Of course, guys have problems and things happen.
Yeah. I like the whole run of the band, the first 7 albums.
Mm-hmm.
But that
I
first
do.
one with Danny Diaz is on, I think, the first 2, maybe. They're very
Yes. Very good. Oh, yeah. Countdown to Ecstasy is one of my favorite records.
Yeah, that's their second album. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it is so rock solid for me.
I have a friend who's one of his favorites is Pretzel Logic.
It's another
That's
one.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's another good one.
He wants
A
me to
little
get
bit of
it.
a darker theme to it, in my opinion.
See, Music Critic says their first 7 or 5 out of 5. Their last 2 are very good. I would agree with that 100%. Their first 7 albums are excellent.
I want to say they're putting
me
out
too.
they're putting out a couple different releases. I think they're putting out a lot, like a studio album, if they haven't already, and then they're putting out a live album. I think focusing on their Beacon shows.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know that today they just announced a tour for this summer.
Speaker's
Donald
Corner,
Fagen and
aka Jeff, agrees with Music Critic. The first 7 albums are dynamite.
Hey, Jeff. I was going to say, Sam, I did notice that Sam was holding that Bob Dylan box set. I need to check out that video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's an oldie. That's from that's that Springtime in New York box set that came out last year of his 80s run.
Oh, I hear it's great stuff.
Oh my word.
No, Hat.
Now, not head, hat. Proghat. Proghat.
Kind of like Fog Hat with
Foghat.
Yeah, exactly.
Good call.
So, how many discs come in that set, if I may ask?
It is, well, give me a minute.
Because I got the vinyl version. Because my record store, I'm kind of gotten really lazy. Like when my record store runs out of it, I just go with whatever next they have, you know?
Yeah.
So there's the box set.
Awesome.
It's if you have any of his other like the bigger box sets, you'll know how it's set up. So it's 5 discs.
Oh,
and,
nice. Nice. Very nice.
It's got a lot of infidels on it. A lot of Shot of Love. And I wish the one thing that it's missing that I wish it had was his version of Joker Man from David Letterman in the 80s. But they do have a version from that same show of License to Kill is on that album. So,
Infidels, that is such a good record.
I mean, you get the the book and all the discs are in this book as well. And then of course, just great pictures. So, there's the disc.
Nice.
And yeah, he just announced a new book too. So we've got Bob Dylan a book coming out later this year.
Is it part of that series, the Chronicle series?
No, this is a standalone. I think this is one that he's been working on since 2010.
Okay.
He talks about influences in music, and he talks about like specific artists and also specific genres. So he talks about Little Richard, Hank Williams, but he also talks about heavy metal. He talks about rap. He talks about everything that's influenced him in his career.
Wow.
So, yeah.
There's a question for Sam.
I don't own a lot of Neil Young. I've got so I have Harvest Moon. I don't have Harvest, surprisingly. I own what's it called? A Letter to Home, which is the album he did at Third Man Records, where he recorded it in that little recording booth, like that telephone booth with Jack White. And then I have what's the other one? Tonight's the Night.
That's a good record. Yes.
And then I've also got a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young live box set from 1974. So he's one like I like to know what the album's going to sound like before I buy it. He's not one I'm just going to buy because it's Neil Young, like I would for Bob Dylan. Like if
you're not going to go buy Landing on Water, are you?
No. Or even what's the other one, like Yuma or something like that.
Zuma is a really good one. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I like the early ones. Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere and After
Yes.
the Gold Rush. I love After the Gold Rush and Harvest, of course.
I like Buffalo Springfield as well. I love Broken Arrow. I love that song.
Yeah. Good song. Yes, Broken Arrow. I love that.
I don't have the URL for his channel. Jeff says On the Beach is his favorite. Neil Young.
Here,
Yeah, On the Beach is.
I'll find Edward's channel and put it in the chat.
Cortez the Killer, I would agree, is one of the best Neil Young songs on that record.
Yeah, there it is. Cortez the Killer. Mm-hmm.
And I have a few, like, okay, I'll just say it this way: Italian import CDs of Neil Young. Because if you say the other word,
yeah.
But Italian, and I have some really good versions that he's did that song Cortez the Killer live, and it's like really, it's like that's the way it probably should sound, but it doesn't get translate to the record. You know what I mean? You know how that is. Like that's probably how it really should sound.
Yeah.
When you hear a live version.
I put Edward's link in the URL. I mean, in the chat below. So those of y'all that don't know him, it's down there.
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that.
Yeah. What's another one that I was? Well, I know I just watched the Barn documentary, the Neil Young Barn documentary on YouTube. It's like an hour long.
I have to see that.
Robert's on my
I
turntable.
need to check that out.
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. It's an hour, and his wife did all the recording. So you have Niles Lofgren is in it quite a bit, with Crazy Horse, and it's fun to see him, which Rich would appreciate, with him being an E Street guy.
Yeah.
I haven't decided if I'm going to get that on LP or CD yet. It's whatever's in the budget, His new album, the Barn.
Right.
Can I get his link here? Let me look. Hold on a second.
Did you see my comment down there?
I didn't. It didn't show up.
Sometimes YouTube thinks it's spam when that happens.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I think only the moderator can do it, so I'm going to go look for it. Hold on a sec.
Just go to Edward's channel. Find it.
Music critic.
He's working for that subscription.
Oh yeah.
So Edward, the channel name for some people, like not knowing you, I know it's a little misleading. Like if people see, they're like, oh, it's just prog, but Edward, he really loves Bob Dylan a lot. That's kind of what I found. What are some of your like lesser known favorite Dylan albums?
Right,
the one that I really like that I don't hear people talk about much, that I know of is Street Legal. I love that record.
Yeah. Changing of the Guard and New Pony, those are killer tracks.
Those are awesome killer tracks. Don't know if he ever did them live. Do you know, Sam? Had he ever done those live before?
I don't know about Changing of the Guard. Well, let me see on here because
I just put your link there, Edward, so they should be able to get it now.
I know he's done Senor several times. Tales of Yankee Power. He might have done New Pony like one time. I
hear Dylan, he calls the shots every night. One night he might say, you know what? Scratch those songs, do these tonight.
Looks like he did it during a sound check from what I'm seeing on YouTube in 1978, but I don't know if he ever ended up doing it live. For New Pony.
Wow.
For New Pony. Changing of the Guard. Yeah, he it looks like he did those like on that tour in '78, but I don't think he's really gone back to them.
Oh wow! Wow!
But,
and he's touring again, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing him on April Fool's Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think he's doing most of the new record, and then some of his songs that he throws in that he wants to do.
Now, I did see him on the Love and Theft tour, which I love it because he had Charlie Sexton on guitar. It was just a really good show.
Yeah. I've seen Sexton every time. I've seen him 3 times, and every time he's been with Sexton, I wish I would have seen him with Larry Campbell. Larry Campbell was before Sexton, and he kind of added like a lot of like the bluegrass and harmony elements to it.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Because then he moved on to play with Levon Helm. Until
Oh, he
Levon
did?
died. Yeah.
So do you guys like the group, the band?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We did a video, Rich.
Oh, you did? Okay.
In Glen Calloway, probably 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I try to talk about the band a few times. In fact, I got their vinyl box set of their early records, and I was going to do a deal about it once, but I just, you get all these ideas, and then I got lazy, and
You're not allowed to get lazy.
right. I need to get off my right. I do. I was excited when they came out with that 25. Wait a minute. I don't know. They came out with that album. What is it called? Cahoots?
Cahoots,
yeah.
They came out with that anniversary edition. I still want to get that. Even though I already have it, I still want the anniversary edition of it too.
No, you've got to get that edition because me and Larry Graves agreed, and because Robbie Robertson, he wanted that to be mixed as a new album. So
really?
He didn't like the old mix. So when you hear it, it's like hearing it for the first time. Like when it kicks into Life as a Carnival, it blows you away. Yeah.
Oh man, that is such a good song.
Yeah.
I have to ask
good
Jeff,
song.
He says he saw Dylan more than any other artist. How many times have you seen him? Wonder.
Yeah. What was the first and last times? Have you seen him, Edward? Dylan? Oh,
Who?
You just saw him the one.
I saw him I just saw him on the 11th Death Tour, and he started off the show with that song "Meet Me in the Morning."
Oh,
yeah.
That's a.
I was walking back down, and I was like, I had drinks in my hand. I said, he's starting off with "Meet Me in the Morning," and I was shaking the cups.
What an opener!
It was an awesome show. Awesome show. And it just kept smoking. You know what I mean? It's like the next song, and then it was just kept like fire. It just kept going and going. I was like, man, I'm gonna remember this night forever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
16 times. Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's big time.
So, Rich, is Springsteen your number one most seen artist?
No, I'm ashamed to say who my most seen is.
Who?
America.
I love America.
I've seen him 9 times.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
America?
They're like a what do you call them? A guilty pleasure to me. I know they're not top of the line, but they suit what I like. Folky, kind of harmonic rock, soft rock. I've seen Springsteen and Tom Petty each 6 times. So,
Awesome. I've seen Petty 2 times.
Oh, you're killing me.
Great shows. I mean, phenomenal shows.
Oh my goodness, yes. And one of the shows Petty did Spike, and it was awesome. That song from
Southern Accents.
Pack Up the Plantations.
Yeah.
Oh man, blew me away the way they did that song.
Jeff saw.
But going back to America, my favorite 2 records are the first one. The first album of America is an awesome album.
Their first
and
2.
Hat Trick.
Yeah, that's good too. I like all those 5. The first 5 I like.
No, I know.
Yeah, the first 5.
Yeah. First.
They're really good records, folks. Check them out. They're really good stuff.
First one, then you got Homecoming, Hat Trick, Holiday, and Hearts. I like all 5 of them.
Yeah. Great records right there. If you have those, that's good right there.
Yeah. Because go ahead, Sam.
I was going to say 2 things about America. For Edward, I know Rich knows this, but I got to meet Dewey Bunnell in an airport around me just on a whim. I was going to the airport. I was picking up a rental car for a trip we were taking the next day, and he was there with their bassist. They were waiting for Jerry Beckley to come in on the second plane, and I happened to be working at the I was going to be working at the venue that they were playing at the next night, but I wasn't going to be there because I was going to be on vacation. But I saw Dewey was there, And so I went up to him and started telling him about the venue and everything, and talking to him because nobody else recognized him. I mean, people know America's songs, but not many people recognize the lead singer of America.
Unless you're a fan, right.
But what's funny is my mom was there with me. She was in line with Enterprise getting the car. She's a bigger America fan than I am. And she thought he was just some guy waiting in line to get his car. So she just asked him, she said, "Oh, excuse me, are you in line?" And he said, "No, go ahead." And so she gets in front of him to get the car. And so I'm sitting there talking to Dewey Bunnell while she's like, getting her credit card out for the car. And then he leaves. And I'm like, "You'll never guess who I just met."
That's awesome, though.
It's hard to believe, but in like 72, 3, 4, America was a bigger band than the Eagles were. It's true. Before Hotel of California, America sold more records. They were more popular than the Eagles.
Well, America also had America had George Martin going for him too.
Yep.
Yeah, George Martin.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once the Eagles made Hotel California and recruited Joe Walsh,
shot off.
They blew up.
Another thing on one of America's later albums from like the 2010s, it's like a covers album. And they do one of my favorite songs by one of my favorite groups called Fountains of Wayne. It's the song A Road Song, and Jerry Beckley sings it. It's so good how they do it.
Oh, wow.
It's about life on the road, but
pretty talented band. I mean, they don't get a lot of props from critics, but they put on a good show. They write pretty good songs. I like them.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs that America did was much later was a song called "Everyone I Meet Is from California."
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite songs by them.
It's called, it's two different titles. It's originally called California Revisited on the Homecoming album. And then they changed it. Yeah, they changed it to Everybody I Meet Is from California later when they did a Greatest Hits. But it's
okay. I didn't know that, but oh man, that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah,
I can get into that.
It's the last track on Homecoming. Here you go, Sam. Here's a Fountains of Wayne sing for you here.
They did. They're much better than that song. I promise you.
Hey, Glenn, what's up?
Oh, Glenn's in the house, ladies and germs.
Whoa, Glenn.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
We have
Glenn Calloway from the basement.
I didn't even wear my tie.
We put the handsome guy in the middle, Glenn, like you always like to say.
Yeah, Glenn, I'm one of the old geezers around here.
I'm even older, man. I'm even older.
I like that shirt too, Edward. That's a good looking shirt.
Oh, thanks.
Music critic says, "Hello, Glenn." Velvet
Hey, Julie.
Says,
yes.
Hey, Julie.
That is a fantastic. I love that song. Oh, he's made his way upstairs.
He's up to the living room. He went out of the basement. He's in the living room. Glenn.
Wow.
Very cool.
I didn't think that was possible.
It's a rare sighting, believe me.
Yeah. Hey,
he's in the living room.
Hey,
check
out Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Randall. How's it going, Randall?
He missed all the emails. What else is new? You can come up with us, Randy, if you want. I'm going to put a link up here. If you're camera shy, don't worry about it. Edward, did you delete your stream from earlier tonight?
I did because I looked like I was in the shadows too much and it was real slow movement. I think when I move closer to the front of the house, the Wi-Fi kind of gets laggy or slow or something. But if I'm in the middle of the house where I'm at in the music room, it's not so bad.
Glenn will not be joining us. The Leafs are on. He's a big hockey fan. He's watching.
Oh, here we go.
Leafs.
Okay.
Says
the brackets.
Randy, the brackets. Yeah, we want to encourage any fan out there. Go check out Randall Weaver's March Madness brackets he's putting up. There's a link to it on his channel. He's inviting all vinyl community members to fill out a bracket and have a little friendly competition.
I might try to do that if I get a chance.
If you get a chance, why not? I did 15.
Yeah, I mean
so far.
it's fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I can't watch any of the games anymore. I don't have that kind of cable. I just went straight to just streaming.
Oh, did you?
You know, streaming movies. Yeah, streaming TV, playing DVDs.
Gotcha. Well, you're saving money because I'm paying a hellacious bill for cable. It's ridiculous.
Well, Rich, you know, it was getting really like the cable here was getting like, it was almost like, hey, wait a minute. Now we're talking like electricity bill here now, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Like paying for electricity.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, you know, and I thought, why would we buy all these movies?
I know. Are you a big movie fan, Edward?
I do like movies. I really like movies of the black and white era, like what they call film Lenore movies. I like,
yeah.
I like Third Man with Orson Welles.
Fantastic movie.
Very good movie.
I like those old Humphrey Bogart movies from the old days. You know, the crime thrillers and film noir.
Yeah, me too.
They're awesome. Cagney, Bogey.
You know, Rich, like I say, when people really had to act. I mean, I don't mean to sound like, I'm not saying there's not no good actors today, but in those days, you really had to like, you know, you had to really show some kind of fear or suspense or, you know.
Oh, well, I think about people like, I don't know, from that era, people like Sinatra who could do literally everything. Sinatra, Bing Crosby, Gene Kelly, all those guys could all put out hit records. Fred Astaire. They could dance, they could act, they could sing, they could literally do everything and be at the top of their game for it. Like
there you go. There's a fellow Third Man, Randall Nelson. Third Man is his top 5 movies of all time. There you go.
Wow,
it's a good movie. Good movie.
It is. Glenn Kellaway up for Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Good job,
Glenn. I like that movie too.
It's a good one. Beginner's Guide.
Anyone interested in the Beginner's Guide to Music?
Come on and tell us about it. I don't know anything about it, man.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Sounds interesting. Sounds like those books that I have, you know, like A Rough Guide to the Rolling Stones, A Rough Guide to Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Did you see the Keith Richards interview on Sunday that he did with CBS?
Mm-mm.
I did not.
He talks about, because, you know, he reunited with the Expensive Winos last week for a benefit in New York. And with Steve Jordan and Ivan Neville and Waddy Wachell.
Oh, I like Waddy.
Yeah, he played with Stevie Nicks for a long time.
Oh, wow.
Still does, I think.
And with Warren Zevon, too.
It was funny because they were talking to, you know, Steve Jordan, the big drummer, session guy. He played with everybody. They were asking Steve, they're like, what's it been? Because Keith Richards quit smoking 2 years ago. And they said, how's Keith's voice now that he's quit smoking? And Steve said, well, he's singing a lot more of the songs in the original key.
I thought Keith Richards had his own way of singing in a key.
Yeah, I know.
I did see a little Instagram video where he was doing the riffs, beginning riffs to Before They Make Me Run, the song on Some Girls. Yeah. And he still sounded spot on. He sounded really good doing it. It's a good tune. And the riff is not something that you can just sit down and just start doing. You really got to have the little, what I call the fling, the little, you know, guitar strum to get that.
I like that little exercise there. I'm working with some folks to create a slideshow of reviews of albums of the past with the purpose of getting younger folks into great music of the past. Cool, man.
Oh, whoa. That's cool.
Very cool. Glenn Kellaway, will you let Ugly Guys on tonight? Throw up a link. I make no exceptions, Glenn. I'll throw you a link. Hold on, buddy.
Glenn, you can always use a filter on your iPad.
It must be in between periods of the hockey game. You know what I'm saying? Because Otherwise, Glenn's not taking himself away from that TV.
It must be a runaway or something.
Yeah, blowout. Yep.
45 points in hockey.
There you go, Glenn. The link is in the chat.
Who do y'all? I mean, not to give away your brackets, but who do y'all think is going to go all the way?
Edward hasn't filled one out yet. I'm going with Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I haven't done one, and I haven't been really I don't have cable no more, so I don't get to see the games that much.
What's up, Glenn? Thanks for joining.
Hey.
It's Glenn. Hi, Glenn.
In the basement.
Glenn's in the house, folks.
How's it going, guys?
It's
It
going.
was just a fluke.
Good. How about you? How are you
turned on
doing?
the computer and hey, Ed, how you doing, buddy?
So where's the
I'm doing good, sir.
How we get you away from the
Right
hockey
here.
game, Glenn?
Okay, hold
I don't
on
know.
a second.
I
Why
don't
am I
think
got?
my audio's coming through here. Oh, there he goes. There you go.
Oh, that better. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, I had the other link going at the same time, and I was hearing both.
The same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going,
Oh.
man?
Then I knock out my headphones.
You're falling
Okay.
apart, Glenn.
This is
This guy's a
no. There's nothing
professional,
like
so come on.
professional video, and
Yeah,
this is nothing
isn't
like
the guy that's
professional
got
video.
1,000 subscribers.
I thought I was the amateur,
Yeah.
buddy.
How do you work this again?
I have no idea.
The Leafs are winning 2-0. I know you guys between periods. They got everything under control. They can do it without me. I'm good.
They can run the Zamboni without you.
Yes. Yeah. The only ice
we originally-
is in my drink.
We originally came on to promote Randall Weaver's bracket thing, and we got one thing led to another. Edward came on with us. We're talking a little music.
Cool. Love
Yeah.
you guys. All of you. Awesome. This is fun. America.
Totally.
I only have. You were talking about America. I have the second album. I don't have the first one.
The first one's the best one. The second one's the second best one.
They self-produced the second one. George Martin wasn't involved in the second one.
I
Right.
think he came on later. Maybe
think so.
Holiday.
Oh, didn't he produce the first one? I thought he produced their debut.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right.
No.
I made a big assumption there.
Yeah, the first 5 albums are good if you like soft rock and folky kind of, interplay. They're talented, but then they went downhill. When the third member of the band left, they stunk.
Yeah.
Originally, it was a trio. And
Yeah,
then
they
it became a
kinda-
duo.
But Dan Peak.
Then
Yeah.
they became Seals and Croft.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Pretty much. They weren't even Loggins. and
Well, Susan Crofts has some pretty good records.
They did. Yeah.
They did. I agree. They did.
Yeah.
They kind of have a weird history, don't they? Seals and Croft, like how they came together and everything.
I'm not exactly
That I
sure
wouldn't
how
really
they did.
know.
I think were they producers or something, and they just decided to come together and they didn't.
Oh.
I don't know. There was something weird about them. Like they didn't want to tour, or they didn't have the intention of touring. I don't know.
I remember they used to play the Mike Douglas show and all those Merv Griffin in the old days. They were both religious guys, and they started spouting about religion. And I think their popularity went off after that.
They split up. I mean, they weren't together too long.
No, I actually like Loggins and Messina better as a duo than Seals
Oh
and
yeah,
Croft.
me too. Yeah.
But I like
Me,
both.
I really love that guitar opening riff to Summer Breeze. That is one of the classic. When you hear that, you know what you're going to hear.
Yeah,
Summer Breeze has a great guitar intro.
it does.
Yeah, it does. It's summery for sure.
Blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Good stuff.
Oh, man.
There's a Boston fan, Boston catalog. There you go.
How do y'all
First is
feel?
the
Talk,
best.
are we talking hockey here?
No, we're talking the band.
Boston.
the
Rock
like
band.
the first album.
If you got the first album, you got them all.
Oh,
You don't
Boston,
need any
okay.
more. Yeah. You don't need
Here's
any.
a
They all
trivia
sound
question.
the same.
Trivia question: who was Seal's brother and what band he was in? That was England Ford and John Ford Coley, I think. England Dan.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I didn't know
England,
that either.
Dan Seals was Jimmy Seals' brother
Oh.
of Seals and Crofts.
Oh.
Glenn, book recommendations. The Pete Frame Rock Family Trees book. Get it on Amazon.
Okay. I'm writing that down. I always got to take notes. Did your contest end yet, Sam?
No, what is today? Today's the 5th. Tomorrow is the last full day.
Mine ends tonight. Mine ends tonight.
Wow.
So,
Anybody out there? Glenn Kellaway's contest. Sam.
no, don't
St. John.
put any more entries in. Just
Oh,
I'm
no
done.
more entries. Forget it.
Okay. Yeah. I want it to end so I can draw the name.
He needs a new contest to start.
Pete Frame.
Oh,
Oh,
let
I
me go back
missed
to
it.
that. I'm sorry.
Family
There-
Rock
there it is.
Family Tree.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Like I need to
So
know that Dan Crofts and John Ford Coley are brothers.
Yeah.
Hey, that'll be a question tomorrow night in Jeopardy.
Yeah.
You'll
It's going to
know
be on
it.
a quiz. I have to ask Glenn, are you and Larry and Robert going around getting tattoos or earrings or whatever?
No, they sucked out.
Did they really?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You know who wears the pants in their families?
Yeah. We can figure
Larry's
that out.
girlfriend Molly told him he couldn't, and Robert's mother. Robert said, "My mom won't like it."
Wow. Wow.
So I haven't decided now if I'm going to do it either.
Oh, okay.
Well, you've got to make it entertaining. You've got to add that zing.
Well, I might take Larry with me just so he can film it if I get it done.
Mm.
It says here, before Glenn was on, I started singing Dan and John Ford Coley. I'd really love to see you tonight.
Yeah. Wow, we're going to some really
That's a good radio song.
MRO radio, I would
Exactly.
call this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seals
Some
and
yacht
Crofts,
rock.
England fan, even America fits into that realm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not offensive.
Firefall. I used to love to hear Firefall. I still like Firefall.
They were good. Yeah, I
I
like
like Firefall. Firefall's
Yeah.
good.
They were a good band.
I like Firefall. They had
Yeah.
some players.
What
in
was
that
their
band.
big hit? I'm trying to think. Name some Firefall hits. I'm losing.
What was the big hit?
You Are the Woman.
You are the
Strange Way.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
And I believe the drummer used to be the drummer for the Birds, right? That guy, he used to play with the Birds.
Michael
really?
Clark? Was it
The
Michael
one that they
Clark?
kind of got a little bit frustrated with him sometimes because he wouldn't, I guess, keep timing. And you can
Michael
hear that
Clark?
in one of the bonus tracks of a Bird CD. I forget which one, but they're like, "Come on, Michael, stay on time." And he says, "You guys, fuck you guys," or something like that. Have you ever heard that bonus track? You kind of hear them in the studio, and
That's good stuff.
his name is Michael Clark.
Michael
Yeah,
Clark.
Michael
Yeah.
Clark. I think they
Yeah,
had a guy named
Yeah,
Rick
he played with
Roberts.
Firefall. I said, "Well, he must have been still good." Someone thought he was still good for him to join the band Firefall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe Flying Burrito Brothers. Did they have one of their guys in their band too? I'm not sure about
Yes, I forgot the guy's name, but you are correct.
Oh,
They did have
yeah.
one of the guy.
Yeah.
Flying Burrito Brothers in who? Who was playing with
I
the
think it was
Birds? or with-
Rick Roberts in Firefall.
Yeah, Rick Roberts might have been in Firefall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they were a good band. They had some good musicians.
Yep. I got one more for you. This is even softer than all the bands we mentioned. You ready? Bread.
Ready?
Oh, I thought you were going to.
Oh man,
I like bread.
I like Bread too.
Bread is a
David Gates.
very good rock band.
They had some good songs, man.
David Gates was the guy.
Yeah.
David Gates was their singer-songwriter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have one of the guys from the Wrecking Crew, right? Was in
Larry
it.
Necknell. Yeah, he was in,
Larry Knechtel. Yeah.
He was the guitarist for the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Guitar Man, Baby,
Yeah.
I'ma Want You.
And
Baby, I'ma want you.
the Guitar Man. Everything.
I'll tell you a good
And
rock
they
and
did
bread
the theme.
song.
They did the theme for the Goodbye Girl too. I think.
Goodbye Girl.
David-
Yeah.
David
Goodbye
Gates.
Girl. The movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you say "Goodbye Girl," I think about the Squeeze song, which is a
Oh.
little bit
That was the one with Richard Dreyfuss, the acting movie.
Marsha Mason and Richard
Marsha
Dreyfuss.
Mason. And David Gates wrote the theme.
Neil
song.
Simon was a Neil Simon play, I think.
Yes. It was.
Yes. A good rockin' bread song is Mother Freedom. That song rocks.
It does.
I don't know that one.
Oh, it's a good one.
Listen to that one. Yeah, that is some really good guitar playing in that song. I love that
You
song.
wouldn't even know it was bread because it's a completely different sound.
What was the band that's kind of along the same lines? I think they were from Australia, and they make me vomit. I can't handle
Air
them.
Supply.
Air Supply. Oh. Oh.
Oh, Glenn. I love Air Supply.
Oh. Hold on.
They make Glenn vomit.
All right, guys, later. No, I'm just kidding.
God, I have a bucket beside the computer. Oh.
Here's a little joke for you, Glenn.
It's all good. It's all good. See, Randall likes the song too, Mother Freedom. It's a good song.
Yeah, Randall gives it thumbs up. He's right. It's a good song.
Well, if Randy likes it, you know it's got to be good.
Yeah.
Here's another comment here. Every girl that I knew back in the 70s seemed to have the best of bread. That's the truth.
Yeah.
That
My
was a
mom
big
is the best
selling
of bread.
album.
I believe that.
My mom got my best friend into bread. He was staying over at my house a few years ago, and we had a bread greatest hits in the CD player, and we were listening to it at breakfast. And he's bought about 4 bread records on vinyl, and you can get them for like even $2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here's another band.
Oh,
That fits
yeah.
into that. Here's another band in that realm. You ready? Little River Band.
I like the Little.
Oh,
We're
man.
the losers right here.
They had a song that was really long. It's a long way there. I think it was called. It was like 9 minutes long. Really cool song. On their.
Oh, I need to check that. I never heard that one.
Yeah.
They're still touring, but I don't think they've got anybody left in the band.
Yeah, one of those guys. Just the.
They
roadies.
still come here to Texas,
Yeah.
Little River Band, and play at one of these real nice venues here.
Yeah, they come to small like parks and things around here.
There you go, Glenn. You have
Do you
any,
have any albums you'd like to write reviews in for my guide? Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
We'd
the
love to.
best of bread.
Yeah.
I'll take on Seals
Wow.
and Gruffs.
Now, music. What's the music critic's name?
I'll do one on Air Supply. How about that?
You can have Air Supply. I'll take America. Thank you.
I'll do Air Supply.
Do we know the music critic's
Yeah.
real name? I don't know his real name.
I don't know.
Oh, tell us. I forget.
Yeah, give us a.
Wow,
Is smoking weed a sin? No, I'm going to say no.
I'm not
No.
going to get into that.
No.
No, it's not a sin.
No.
No.
Okay.
You know what's a sin? Murder, rape. Those are sins.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just a shot away too.
It's just a shot away.
That was good. It's just a shot. That was good.
Glenn, did you see the Keith?
That was a way to come in with that one. It's just a shot away.
I didn't see Keith.
Keep it-
No, I had a
keep it
note
alive.
that he was going to be on Sunday morning, and I forgot
CBS,
to watch.
yeah.
There you go. There's your answer, Glenn. He goes anonymous on YouTube at the moment. Sorry.
Well, that's okay. So, Mr. Critic, how can you get a hold of us so we can maybe talk about doing reviews? That would be something I'd be really interested in.
Glenn would definitely do that.
If you could leave a comment for me on one of my videos, my latest video or something, that will trade emails or something, or contact me on Instagram.
This guy's good because he's a weed
Yeah,
smoker.
that'll work.
What do we got here? May Pang said John Lennon liked Reminiscing by Little River
It's a
Band.
good song.
Yeah, that's a good song. Yeah,
I like it too.
That album's good. The one with that song on it, and the long one, It's a Long Way There, and that.
I
Really
like
good
that song, Cool Change. It's time for
Cool Change was a great.
That's a good song. Cool Change. Yes.
Yeah, they were an underrated band.
Yeah.
I'll DM everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay. Do that.
Yeah,
So, Glenn, how many entries do you have so far?
52, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
I
awesome.
think I've got about that too. Yeah.
That's excellent. Both you guys.
I'm trying to decide how to do it, whether I should just draw one name, but I think I want to draw it out a bit. I was thinking about maybe the 27th name I draw wins or something, just so I can
Ooh,
torture
suspense.
people for a few minutes.
You might have pitchforks and
Yeah.
torches.
Why make it painless? It's not like ripping a Band-Aid off. You got to kind of do it slow.
Right. That's insane. Just put Larry's name in there 52 times.
Yeah, I might do that. So it'll be easier. Yeah. Then I wouldn't have to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just tell him to get lost.
Your non-disclosure with him.
Yeah. Non-disclosure.
Well, gentlemen, it's been great, but I'm going to go run here and go have dinner. And Rich, thanks for having me on. Glenn, Sam, it's great seeing you guys.
Great seeing you, Edward. Love
Thanks,
you, buddy.
Edward.
Thanks for having me. Take care, guys.
Anytime. Do it again.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Next time.
Hey.
We're in triplicate, guys. There I am. I got my fat face right on the screen. Take some shots, people.
You haven't had any trolls tonight?
Not yet. We're waiting.
Oh, good.
I can get off the stream and troll you two. I could do that.
There you go.
Paul Davis was pretty mellow. Who's Paul Davis? I don't even know who that is.
Paul
He sounds
Davis,
like an accountant.
He was mellow. I can't name any of his songs, but I know he had some hit. Crazy, maybe? Crazy? I Go Crazy. When I look in your eyes, I go crazy. That's Paul Davis.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I haven't. My deepest, darkest confession.
This is called Strickler After Dark.
Midnight Confession.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who did that
Grassroots.
song? Who did that song? Midnight Confession.
Grassroots.
That's right.
One of my favorites from that era.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
Was it
I
the
like
Grassroots who weren't really a band? And then once it was like studio guys, and then they put out albums under the name Grassroots and songs, and
I
they
think
became
they
hits.
started out that way.
And then they went, oh shit, we need to put a touring band together here called the Grassroots.
I think so.
Yeah.
They had a string of hits. They really
Yeah.
did.
I know one of the guys was Creed Bratton from The Office.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He came up near my college my senior year. He was gonna tell stories and sing music like for $25. I should have gone. I missed out.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I bet he's got some stories to tell.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I
I troll only seven specific people.
Good, as long as I'm not one of them.
Yeah. Best band name of all time.
Well, Oingo Boingo's up there. Let's see.
Yeah, not that. Let's not get into that.
No, talk, all that crap.
I don't know. There's one I really like now from a band I'm just kind of getting into. Pineapple Thief. The Pineapple Thief. That's a cool name.
Yeah, it is cool.
I really like just the band. I think that's just pretty BA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Or Question Mark and the Mysterios. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy? He's still alive and he still sounds exactly the same.
I have a hits album, like a compilation of all their songs.
Hits,
and every song sounds exactly the same as Psychotic Reaction.
Yeah, we had one hit.
No, that's the Count 5.
That's the Count 5.
Question mark. What was their? No, what was the question mark song? The big hit.
Mysterians.
What was
96 Tears?
96 Tears. Every
96
song sounds
Tears.
exactly the same as that.
Yeah. Too many teardrops.
Yeah, that was a great
exactly
song.
the same. He sounds exactly the same.
Killer song.
So, Glenn, we're going to go live with Sports Beat on Thursday, right?
Okay, good. Yeah.
At noon.
Cool. Yeah, live. Let's do it live.
We'll do what we're doing now, and whoever comes in, and that's it.
A lot of baseball chat, man.
Baseball, Brady's back, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of good
Brady's
stuff.
back.
Yeah. You could write a song.
Surprise. Yeah, Brady's back.
The Brady's back.
Yeah, song by Barry Williams.
96 Tears.
96 Tears. Yeah, great song. One of the best songs of the 60s, I think.
It's a killer garage. I think that was a big John Lennon favorite, was that song.
Was it?
Yeah, 96 Tears.
Yeah, I think so.
And cool to play on a organ, like even when you're a kid, you can go ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
That sounded more like chopsticks.
Yeah. Well, kind of. Yeah. It did. I always get those songs mixed up.
They were both hits.
Yeah.
One hit wonders.
Randy has a comment. Troll Tall for people that watch is always sunny.
That's funny. I don't know the show, but I can understand the reference. I'll tell you a movie that I just saw that I'd never seen, and you'll appreciate this, Rich, was Godfather 3.
Never saw it. Wow.
for the first time, because I got the Blu-ray box set for Christmas, and I just found the time in the last month or so to watch the first two, which I've seen many times, and I'm just gonna watch the third one. I've heard a lot of bad stuff from it, but it's a solid story.
I think people lay on it way too heavy. I like it. It sums up a lot of the stuff in the first two.
They just don't like Sofia Coppola.
Too bad.
Yeah.
They wanted Winona Ryder, but she fell out of favor with Coppola, so he brought his own daughter in on short notice. I don't think she's god awful in it either. I
don't think so either.
It works. She's amateurish, rich. Does not.
What are they doing for the 50? What are they doing for the 50th anniversary of The Godfather? Anything exciting?
I wish I knew. It's my favorite movie of all time.
Me too. My favorite too.
Well, during the 45th, they had those big roundtable discussions with the cast, and I know they re-released the first two in theaters.
I read the book before I saw the movie, and I saw the movie like the day it came out. I still remember the theater I went to see it at and everything. Yeah, it was a big deal.
I swear to God, I've seen that movie, the first two anyway, at least 100 times each.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm like that too.
And three, I probably saw 25 times.
Yeah,
less, because I don't think it's as good. But I think it's a good follow-up. 20 years after, or 17 years, whatever it is.
Well, I guess the thing I wish that Duvall had figured out a deal to be back into it, but I know
I have to say it shows the range of Al Pacino. To start out as the character he did when he was just a soldier out of the family business, and then slowly working himself in and taking that brunt on, and where he ended up, with Godfather 3, crying on the steps with the daughter massacred like that. I mean, it's just a beautiful performance.
Yeah,
great acting range.
If he just did those three movies, I mean, he'd be considered one of the best.
Yeah, and then you throw Dog Day Afternoon in, and some of these other films that he's done are just mind blowing.
Well, even the Irishman, and that was just fantastic.
I really liked the Irishman too.
The only thing I liked in The Irishman was his performance. I didn't care for the movie. Yeah, I didn't like the movie.
Huh.
Yeah. Thought it was slow, drawn out. But I did like him in it. Maybe I need to see it again.
Yeah. De Niro does. I mean, it's De Niro, so he's...
It's De Niro's movie.
Yeah.
But you can't argue with Pacino. Have you guys seen Al in And Justice for All, where he plays the lawyer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a great performance.
Yeah, it is.
And Serpico, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Dog Day.
No, there's a lot of movies that I need to fill in the holes. I've never seen Scarface.
That's another one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Scarface. So you know when Scarface came out, it was kind of it blew everybody away. It's a good movie, but it's over the top and all the swearing, like every other word. If they took the swearing out, it'd be a silent movie.
A 5-page script.
And
it's over the top. You're right.
My mom and dad, I was long gone from home at this time, but I guess my mom and dad rented it. And my dad never swore in front of my mom. My dad would say the F word, with a bunch of guys around, but I never ever heard him use that word in front of my mom. Yeah. And they told me the story after they're watching the movie, and my mom says, "Oh, do you want a cup of tea?" And she goes upstairs. Or no, she said to him, "I'm going upstairs for a minute," and she hollers down to him, "Hey, Howard, you want a fucking cup of tea?"
Wow. Love it.
It was like, let's get into this.
Was that before the movie had started, or was she just...
No, halfway through it.
That's funny. That's really funny. What a great story.
I would like to be Sam again, be young again, and go back and watch all these classic movies for the first time. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I saw them when they came out, and now, it's just not the same.
Well, I mean, just, I guess, early January, I saw Apocalypse Now for the first time.
Wow.
That's
another powerful movie.
What a movie.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it was the director's cut, which is on Netflix. Like the extra 20 minutes.
Wasn't that mind blowing? That's an all timer.
I remember.
Again, Brando was getting some pretty easy gigs at that point, wasn't he? Just getting him a movie for not even a quarter of it and get paid
a couple mil just to go in there and do his thing. Method acting 101. Just let it all hang out.
What about Deer Hunter? Have you seen Deer
I've
Hunter?
I was just going to ask you about Deer Hunter. Deer Hunter's a must see.
Another powerful
Taxi
movie.
Driver.
They're both must sees, and they're both in my top 10 of the 70s.
Yeah. Goodfellas. You seen Goodfellas? No, man.
You're killing me.
You got a lot to watch.
How about Cuckoo's Nest?
I've seen The Sting. And I've only seen parts of Cuckoo's Nest in a class in college.
Yeah.
You got to watch that.
Cuckoo's Nest, great. Read the book too if you like to read books. Great book. Yeah.
Yeah, The Sting's good.
I've seen The Sting a couple times.
What about The Great Escape? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've got that one on DVD. I love that one. And right in line with it, a movie that I always pair that with is Von Ryan's Express.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra and who else is in that?
Trevor Howard, I think.
Trevor Howard is in it. Yeah.
There you go. Mekong.
When I was in the was Randy a vet, or was he just there visiting?
Randy, you should come on.
Randy,
with us,
were you yeah? Why don't you come on, buddy?
I think Randy's Mr. Kurtz.
Wow. Randy hates the smell of napalm in the morning.
Damn straight he does.
Yeah,
and that's another thing. Robert Duvall, I'm proud to say, is a Virginia boy. So
is he?
I'm glad
I didn't know that. Wow.
To claim him. He's still alive up in like the Shenandoah Valley. He has a horse farm up there.
He's a tough mother, man. That guy.
He's
scary.
He's like 95. I mean, he looked old in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
Have you seen To Kill a Mockingbird? I guess you have.
Oh yeah, several times.
Yeah.
Actually, the lady that played Scout spoke at Bridgewater, and so my mom, that's her favorite book, her favorite movie.
Yeah, wonderful book and movie.
So she spoke for free, at the college as part of like an endowed lecture, and so my mom drove 2 hours up to see her. And she was leaving the stage, and people were going up with their brochures asking for autographs. And she was like, I don't know, it's like she wanted to get out of there really quick. And my mom was like the last person that she signed the brochure, and she's like, fine, I got to go. It's like she was kind of a jerk.
I threw Randy a link. He'll come on with us.
Yeah, why not?
I can't believe you got to see how about All the President's Men? Have you seen that?
Oh, I love that movie.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Must, man.
It is a must. Yeah.
I've seen 12 Angry Men.
That's a good
12 Angry Men's a great one too.
Yeah.
Hey,
there he is. What's up?
Hey, Randy.
Hey.
Hey, were you a Vietnam vet?
No,
or were you just in the Mekong Delta? Eh?
I went there about 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh.
We went down one of those canals, and all I could think of was that movie.
Oh wow.
That's intense.
Wow. Were you too young? Were you guys ever like being a Canadian? I don't know. Were you guys too young for?
I was too young.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended kind of just before we got into the.
Yeah, I graduated from high school in '75, and that's when we got out.
Oh, okay. All right. Did you have friends and stuff, like older brothers and shit like that?
I knew some neighbors that were in. Yeah, some neighbors.
Scary,
stuff,
eh? Scary stuff.
Yeah.
I knew a bunch of draft dodgers.
I'll bet you did.
Yeah.
Canada, probably that's where they all went.
Yeah, you're darn right. Yeah.
Head north.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about all the movies Sam hasn't seen. It just blows me away because they're all.
It's like the White Album all over again. I'm just getting crucified.
But it's funny when you. I always wonder, like when you see them from a totally different perspective. What, like look at a movie like Jaws. When it first came out, I went to see it again when the first couple of days it came out. I was afraid to have a bath for a month.
Right.
But now when you see it, it looks kind of
different,
mechanical, and it's totally different.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like from another perspective, like you take a movie like Psycho, and Janet Leigh, who didn't take a shower for the rest of her life. I mean, even still watching that movie, you're like, you're kind of creeped out to go down to your basement and take a shower.
I'll tell you one movie that holds up, though, even though it's like almost 50 years old, is The Exorcist. I saw that, scared that out of me.
Yeah.
I watched it last month. Still frightening.
That's
really, I should watch it again. I went to the show again. My buddies and I, we went like the first night it was out, and people were leaving the theater. People were like so disturbed.
It's very disturbing.
Yeah.
What do you think, Randy? You saw it?
Yeah, that's probably the scariest movie I've seen.
It's the scariest movie I've seen too.
My parents, I know my parents, one that they never, like, they swear, like, they're like, don't watch this if you can help it. Is Deliverance. They said that Deliverance is one that sticks with them. Because, like, I mean, like, down here, like, you meet people that, you're, like, kind of on the fence, like, or, like, those kinds of people in Deliverance. You're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So
as long as you,
they could relate to it, to an extent.
Yeah, as long as you don't get caught making out during Schindler's List.
Yeah. You were necking during Schindler's List?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Seinfeld?
Yeah. He's a more vile spectacle I do not recall.
Have you seen Saving Private Ryan, Sam?
I saw that.
I have not seen it.
Oh my goodness, Glenn!
I could not get through the first part of the movie.
It's brutal.
And I don't know if I want to watch this, and I never have finished it.
It's on Netflix, right? I think you can still watch it.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's
I'll have to watch it.
I saw it for the 25th when it came out in theaters a year or two ago.
I saw it the day it opened, and I went back the next week and saw it. I saw it twice in the first week.
I'm not a Tom Hanks fan.
Oh, really?
He bugs me.
Whoa!
How about Castaway? Castaway, you see that?
Castaway. I've seen all those movies. I've seen them all, but I just, for some reason, it's his person. It's his own. Not as an actor, I shouldn't say I don't like him. I don't like it as a human being. I just find him really. He thinks he's really important, and like, I mean, he started out as a know-nothing comedian.
Oh yeah.
And then he was in Philadelphia.
Right.
And then from then on, he was like Mr. Mr. Tom Hanks. It's like he was
wearing
a Brando
Gump?
or something. It
Gump?
bugged me. Gump was okay. I didn't mind it. Once. I couldn't watch it twice.
He's best friends with Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Oh, is he?
They play poker together. Yeah.
He's arch enemies with Henry Winkler. They don't even speak. I heard they hate each other.
Well, I think Henry Winkler's a bit of a dick, isn't he?
Really?
Maybe Hanks is. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he is.
Well, what was that? Oh, there was a Martin Short's book. It's called I Must Say. It's hilarious if you don't know it, but he tells a story about how him and Steve Martin and Tom Hanks were all going to get colonoscopies together the next day. He said they were all sitting around his house playing poker, and they're drinking that that milkshake, and they're all getting out the whole time.
Oh my God!
So that's a story in itself.
I like Tom Hanks. I don't think he's the greatest actor, but he's solid.
I'm interested to see how he does with Colonel Tom Parker in that new Elvis movie.
That might be interesting.
Yeah.
Check out Saving Private Ryan, though, Glenn. It's a must.
I will see if I can find it.
Yeah, man.
Because I do like war movies. And
if you can get through that first 25 minutes on the Normandy beach, you're home free.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's really like that in itself. Like I saw that long before I saw the rest of the movie because like for like a historical perspective, like studying D-Day and all that.
I mean, there are still brutal scenes after that, but not like hammering you left and right like that opening.
Yeah,
it's just good acting. All of them. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon's in it.
Matt Damon's great.
Ed Burns.
Who's the other guy? There's a bunch of young actors in there. Well, Vin Diesel. Not a great actor, but he's good in the movie. Yeah.
Like one of his earlier roles.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a topic for music.
Yeah.
Did you see Dolly Parton?
Yeah.
Love that. Good for Dolly.
She said to keep her under consideration, I'll give her some incentive to do a rock and roll album, but she recognized that she wasn't in the.
Yeah. Good for her.
Well, she didn't want people like splitting their votes because she knows how like she is, and that people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's Dolly Parton. I'm gonna vote for her because it's Dolly Parton."
Right.
Yeah. So,
but she also has having respect for the genre of music. Like it's silly.
Because she said that
Dolly's a great artist. There's no doubt about it, but she's not a rock and roller.
She said her husband's a big rocker. Like I think he's like a heavy metal guy, and she wants to make a rock album because she just put out an album. But I think the next one she wants to do like a rock and roll album.
Well, good for her.
Yeah,
I got nothing but respect for her, and now more than ever. I think that was great.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
that. She took the high road and said, "Excuse me, I don't belong." Good for her.
It's 3-0 Leafs. I know you guys are sitting on the edge of your seat.
Thank you for that update.
3 minutes left. And they got a rookie goalie in net who's never played. He's only played like 10 minutes in the NHL before, and he's getting a shutout.
Wow. I'm trying to think.
Wow.
No.
So, Randy, we're going to go on live Thursday at noon with Sports Beat. Just so
Okay.
I think I'm breaking up.
Yeah. The Jays will have signed Freddie Freeman by then.
There we go.
So
Oh
what-
man, if you guys get him, cakewalk.
Oh, they got nowhere to play him unless he was a DH. Vladdy's first base, and where's Freddie going to play other than that or DH? So I don't think I think it'd be a stupid move. Although I love him. But.
You know the Dodgers are going to end up getting him. Dodgers will.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He's from that area, right?
Glenn, did you ever play baseball back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just house league though, nothing serious. But I love baseball. Yeah, it's like it's probably my favorite sport, especially to play. Like I was a lousy skater. I couldn't play. I loved hockey. Like I'm just passionate from the cradle in hockey, but I can't skate worth a shit. So I never played organized hockey.
Yeah.
And baseball I loved. Yeah.
That's really the only organized sport that I ever played was
Yeah.
some form of baseball or softball.
It's a wonderful game.
Yeah.
I mean, I took golf
Great
lessons,
game.
but that didn't really do me well.
Yeah, I golfed when I was I golfed a lot when I was a kid. I'm a horrible golfer, but I like to golf.
It's just so expensive around here anyway.
Yeah, it's expensive everywhere. It's ridiculous, and it takes like 6 hours to play around at golf.
Even just to walk, just to walk the thing, it's like $35. It's just like why do it? And then another 20 for the cart if you're playing like high noon.
Yeah. Well, there's that famous line. Somebody said, "Golf is a nice walk, ruined."
Yeah.
They keep giving the quote to Mark Twain, but Mark Twain really never did say that.
Oh no, probably Yogi Berra.
Yeah, probably.
Yogi.
Or there's no evidence that Mark Twain ever said that.
That's interesting.
So what's everybody listening to today? Anything exciting? What's on the
here.
turntable?
This is what was on my turntable. Whoop.
Oh, so how do you like
What do
it?
you got?
I love it. I heard the first side, and I love every song. I love They Might Be Lost. I think that's really cool at the end.
Yeah, I was really impressed by that album. It sounded like a real old throwback Neil Young album. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, and I just listened to I finally listened to
Elvis, and
I like the album, but I don't think it's really back in his glory days.
No,
it's more Imperial Bedroom time, I think, than Armed Forces and this year's model. It's a little bit. I think it's more in the Imperial Bedroom. It's still good. I think it's better than a lot better than the last one he did.
Oh, good. I got to check it out. Yeah. Are you an Elvis Costello fan, Sam?
I don't own any of his stuff, but the older I get, the more I like him. Because last year I really started getting into Nick Lowe, which really got me into Elvis Costello producing a lot of his songs and albums. And then listening to some early Elvis just on streaming. But he's one that I would start to get into.
Yeah,
for sure.
He did an album a few years ago that you might like. It's more of an acoustic album because he used all the Nashville acoustic guys like Jerry Douglas and Stuart Duncan and all those guys. It's called Profane. What's that album, Randy? Something Profane and
Ransom.
But yeah, you should check that one out.
I know
Sugar Cane and Profane. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But you might enjoy that one because it's
so
more
many
acoustic based, but it's really good.
Well, it's hard to keep up with.
Randy had posted earlier about that country album that he did, the covers album, because I saw that Jeff and Chris and all those guys they talked about it, and I wrote it down because I want to listen to it and hear these covers.
It's a good one.
But this is for me. So I've been listening to a duo called Jamestown Revival quite a bit. And this EP, you can't even see the print, so I'm not even going to try to show it. But this is an EP that came out last year. And I don't know how familiar y'all are with Louis L'Amour, the
Western novelist,
Western author, the paperback writer. Well, they do 6 songs that are based on Louis L'Amour's works. And it's almost like Marty Robbins-esque.
Oh, really?
And very like old time country ballads, but I mean they're 2 young guys. I mean, there they are, but they really do Louis L'Amour well on this, and there's just some really great stuff, and they're tight harmony. So there's not really one lead singer. They kind of sing everything in harmony together, like the Everly Brothers.
Wow, very cool.
Cool.
That's the second time today I've heard you talk about a paperback writer.
Hey,
Video.
I haven't watched that yet.
and thanks to Randy, who is currently depleting my bank account because of his recommendations. This one came in the mail yesterday.
Who's that?
Lanny Flowers.
I don't have that one. I have Home.
This is the one. So this is his new album. Lanny Flowers is a power pop guy. A lot of Beatles influence, but this is his new album. But the song "Summer Blue," which is what I heard from Randy, and just every song on here is just killer. I mean, it sounds like the '60s.
Lanny, Lanny?
Lanny Flowers, and the album is Flavor of the Month.
It's good.
Did you post that on Facebook, Randy? I think I heard that song somewhere.
Yeah.
Randy.
I posted that song. I knew that song, but I don't actually have that one. I have an album did called Home.
Okay.
Where I first got into them. I just haven't
this is 2022, so this is a new. It just came out earlier in February, so it's not that old. So that's what I've kind of been digging into the past couple of days. How about you, Glenn or Rich?
I said, I've listened to this new Tears for Fears album.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I really enjoyed it the first time. I'm going to listen to it again, of course. The Tipping Point.
Yeah, really surprising how good that album is.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Did you hear what Jeff Witcher said in his video?
Yeah, no. He said it's better than the original.
He says, don't tell anybody, but it's better than Songs in the Big Chair.
Right. That's what he said.
Well,
it's different. It's different, but
it's modern Tears for Fears. It's modern Tears for Fears.
Yeah. They're both good, of course.
Yeah.
I first saw this on Robert's on My Turntable. He really gave it a glowing review too.
Oh, it's a great album. I was shocked when I got it and how good it was.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm going to use that as one of my entries for Aaron Muth Alamir's contest, where he said you take something that somebody else liked and go ahead and rave about.
I'm going to use Plateau.
Well, then you just be a liar talking about that you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Or Kiki D.
Don't go breaking my heart.
We're going to talk about Paperback Writer again tomorrow, Randy, on our number one thing. 66. So we're getting a lot of that lately. We're doing that tomorrow.
How far up are y'all going? Are y'all going from 65 to?
We're going to go to 75.
Okay.
You're going to be getting Bread. Bread's going to be in there.
Bread.
If Bread had a number one, we'll do it.
I took a peek at 675, and there's quite a few disco songs.
Bad! I'm not watching that one. I will be throwing up in my mouth a little bit.
That's going to be the fun one because you got to tell how terrible the songs are.
Yeah.
Well, in tomorrow's episode,
jumped off, man.
In 66, we're going to be doing the Battle of the Green Berets by Sergeant Barry Sadler. Remember that one?
Oh, wow!
I know that song. Yeah.
These are men, America's best.
Yeah,
that was the number one selling song in '66.
Wow, you Americans, man, you Americans and your
young Americans.
Gung ho stuff, man.
Yeah.
In '66, that's really surprising because that song almost fits more in line with like the novelty songs of like the '50s.
It does fit more, yeah.
But I mean, in '66, like we were talking today, Rich. I mean, we had songs like "Rain" coming out.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, in '65, the year before, they weren't overt against the Vietnam War, but like the Pete Seeger had added to "Turn, Turn, Turn,"
right?
Part about time for peace or
right.
I can't even think of it.
Yeah. And Eve of Destruction came out that year too with Barry Maguire.
And he was still banned. He was still banned from TV, right?
Yeah, I think
Pete
so.
Seeger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't get on until the Smothers Brothers, I think, were the first ones to put him on after that.
They broke all the rules, the Smothers Brothers.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they're still touring. I thought one of them had died, but they're still out there touring.
Are they? They're one of my favorite comedy teams.
They're in their early 80s.
And that TV show was just
was fantastic.
Amazing. It just I read a book actually. There's a book out on the history of the Smothers Brothers and the TV show and everything. It's really interesting. Something famously funny or something. I can't remember the name of the book, but it's a great book. And they talk about all the fighting with the censors and the network. And yeah, it's crazy.
That's where I first
the groups they had on.
Yeah.
Where Pete Townsend lost his hearing and that.
Yeah, they were hip. Yeah, they was hip as hell with who they had on the show.
I think they had everybody on back then.
And the writers, I mean, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, that's where I first saw. Wasn't he playing banjo on that show too?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, I think he did come on towards the end. Yeah.
And I guess did they ever have the Dirt Band when the Dirt Band were just starting out?
They may have.
I'm not sure. They could have.
Because I mean, Steve Martin, and John McEwen were roommates in college.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Pat Paulson, remember Pat Paulson?
Pat Paulson running for president.
Yeah.
And Goldie was the hippie chick, always doing the pot jokes.
Goldie Hawn. I think that was.
No, it wasn't Goldie Hawn. Her name was Goldie something or other, and she had the long dark hair. And she used to be she was like a hippie chick. And everything would be like a joke about smoking pot.
Yeah.
That parents never got because it wasn't, they didn't quite catch it yet.
And the advertisers didn't care for it much either, I'm sure.
No.
Well, that was like Lawrence Welk, thinking One Toke Over the Line was a gospel song.
Yeah.
That's so pure of him.
Oh yeah. Well, even the Beatles did that, right? Too. They would put little,
Good evening,
songs
Psycho
about pot and
Splatters.
everything, and no one knew.
Hey, Paul.
How you doing?
PP.
Yeah, we're just chewing the fat here.
How many people were actually watching?
The most I saw in here was there was 11 at one point.
Oh, that's good. Who cares? As long as it's just the four of us. Screw
Now
everybody else.
we're down to 7 now. We have 7 people out there. Hey, whatever.
My wife's probably watching upstairs, so.
Mrs. Calloway, how you doing?
She's watching.
Mrs. The Basement, yeah.
Mrs. Basement.
We should have had Larry on with us. Larry's probably listening to some tunes right now somewhere.
He is, Larry will be in bed. Larry goes to bed at like 5:30 at night.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. And he lays in bed and listens to music until 8 o'clock, and then he falls asleep. Then he gets up about 5 in the morning or something.
Oh my gosh!
Well, you have to go to bed early because you're sending like emails at like 5:30 in the morning or something like that.
Yeah. I get up early with it. I wake up around 5:30 in the morning. I get up. I usually do like PVR stuff from the night before, like a late hockey game or something like that. Like this morning, I watched the Lakers and the Raptors game from last night because it started at 10:30 here, so I just got up and watched it.
That's cool.
Until Lynn gets up. And I catch up on all the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, that's a good time to do it.
Yeah.
I just want to say, any of the 7 people watching right now that want to play March Madness, go over to Randall Weaver, look at his link, join the ESPN, put a bracket in, Vinyl Community Club here, member, whatever he has it set up as. Little fun competition, no money involved, no prize. Last man standing wins. See who.
Except there's a little private bet going on. Randy, did you accept that?
Yeah, I sent you an email at like 8:30 or something. Whatever.
It's just a 4-way bet.
7:30.
I tried to get Sam to make it 5, but I'm not sure he jumped in. He needs his concert money.
Rich needs to send me a Facebook Messenger and tell me, hey, look at your email, because I'm not very good.
I've done that before. I should have done it this time. Yeah, he's not one to check on the email. He does look at Facebook though. So
I'm not on Facebook, so
I know you're not, but the rest of us are, I think.
Yeah.
But
no, I can't do Facebook. Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, I have a Twitter. I made a Twitter back in college when I was writing for one of the publications, and the only reason I made a Twitter was because, like, every week, whenever you wrote an article, like if your article got the most shares, you would get like a $20 prize. So like I set up a Twitter so I could share it on another platform, and I haven't really looked at it since.
I've started a Twitter page, but I never go on it.
So it's a lot. I can't do it.
Well, Twitter's ugly. Like, it's like the ugly part of social media.
Yeah,
really. People are just mean and freaking. It's just who needs it?
Facebook can be that way too.
One of my favorite Twitter stories is it was when Twitter was just a thing. I remember Larry King was interviewing Betty White, and so you got these two youngsters, talking to her, And he Larry King looks at her. He goes, "Do you Twitter?" And she says, "Do I what?" And he said, "Do you Twitter?"
Oh, baby.
Yeah. I lost all my respect for Betty White. She's a quitter.
Couldn't make 100.
No.
99 in 360 days.
Yeah. She said, "Up yours."
Yeah.
It's funny. Anyway.
Well, fellas,
Leafs won 4-0.
I'm probably gonna have to make a leap off here. But
yeah, I'm gonna get off. I promised my wife I'd be off at 9, and I
what time is
reneged
it?
on that.
20 to 10.
20 to 10. Wow. Yeah, I got to get off. And
I was supposed to watch This Is Us with her, so I have to watch it on delay now.
Oh, yuck. Oh, man.
This is us right here.
Throw on a Kiki D album after you're done.
Some
you got to pay the price, Sam. Or Glenn.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Rich. No way. You couldn't. I don't care. Serve me divorce papers. I'm not watching This Is Us.
That's not your show. We go watch Saving Private Ryan.
Oh.
3 hours.
Oh. Yeah, cleanse your palate with some bloodshed.
Oh, yeah.
Eat a sandwich while you're watching the beach scene.
Oh, no.
Yeah, thank God my wife doesn't like those dramas either, family dramas. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, Kiki D. All right, guys, let's get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow, Randy, on the show.
All right, take care.
This was fun.
Take care, guys.
Thanks,
Have a great
guys.
night.
Later.
Thanks for having me on. Take